Hi, Paulvonda. This is Miss Smith, your English 165 online instructor for the summer 2017 semester. The purpose of this video is for me to give feedback on the key sections that you submitted for the semi-formal report assignment. Now, in this review, I am not looking at content and grammar as closely. I am scanning what you've submitted so that I can see if your structure and organization are correct, and I'm trying to help you catch any plagiarism issues that could exist and that could derail your entire report. Okay, so if you have any questions about anything that I cover in this video, please contact me and let me know so that we can discuss it, because of course your final draft of the semi-formal report, and that's all 10 to 12 pages of the report, will be due on next week, and our class deadline is Wednesday, July 19th by 11:55 p.m. Okay? All right, so you've given me a little bit more than what I asked for, but that's fine. It looks like you're trying to lay your document out, and that makes perfect sense. So this page would then be the letter of transmittal. One thing I would say is that I want you to make sure that you get your letter format right. This is like the, I don't know, fourth letter I guess we will be writing this semester. So by this point, I expect that you would be following full block format precisely. And so with full block format, you only begin with the return address. Your name should not be here. Okay, so remove your name from the top. And also, you have Denisha Smith and then the address, but you don't have OC Tech. And so after my name, you want to write out the full name of the college before you put in the address. Okay, so you want to add a space here and include the full name of the college there. Okay, and then just follow all of the other guidelines for proper full block format. I'm going to just skip through that real quick. Of course, with your table of contents, you want to have page numbers. Now, you can start numbering your document from the very first page of it. It's fine if this is page 1 and this is page 2, so on and so forth. It just makes your life easier. So you can just start numbering your pages from the very beginning. But whatever page numbers you have on your table of contents, they need to be correct, because I will check your page numbers. And so if you tell me that your abstract is on page 4, for example, and I see that your abstract is on page 5, that's going to diminish your credibility, right? So you want to make sure that once you've finished your entire report that you go back to this last, put the page numbers in, and make sure that all your page numbers are correct in your table of contents. Okay? And let me just see something here. One other thing I want to look at as I go through your report is your style, right? Are you consistent with the style that you've chosen to use? And I see here you have Arial rounded 26 for your major heading, and that's what it should, and it's centered, and that's what it should be throughout your report. And so those two are correct. This is Calibri 24. You see that difference? And so whereas these two major headings, table of contents and list of illustrations, were one font style and size, you have switched it here. So this needs to be the same as the others, okay? And the same is true here, okay? You want to be consistent throughout. Okay, that's part of the credibility thing as well. You will tell your readers when to expect certain things whenever you are consistent with it. They'll know what a major heading should look like, what a subheading should look like. So make sure that all of your headings are consistent throughout your report. Okay? All right. And so let's go back here. And by the way, the list of illustrations page, you want to have your page numbers on here as well. Okay? For where you find these, where your reader will find these different visuals. Okay, and so your abstract, at first glance it looks pretty good. You look like you follow ABC format very well. And so I think that this is in pretty good shape. Again, I'm not looking at grammar specifically. But just organization and structure. In terms of your introduction, I see you have a purpose statement where you've told me about what it is that you're interested in your major, and then you have industry background. And so I think that that looks pretty good. Okay, and this looks like the same graphic, the same visual from your visuals assignment, which is what it should be. And so this looks to be really good. Okay, now I see you have two different in-text citations here. You have Burge and you have Office Clerks General. So at the end, I need to be able to go back and find Burge and Office Clerks in your in your full citation on your works cited page. Okay, so we'll check that in just a little bit. Your discussion page should be at least 2 pages. It says 2 to 4 pages. You can go over 4 pages, but it should be at least 2 pages of nothing but text without any visuals. Okay, and just scanning it, I see you have information about the contact person. You've introduced the person here in first reference, which is really good. And then you have your in-text citation here. Now, one thing I will point out is that the in-text citation should come, the punctuation should come at the end of the in-text citation. So instead of putting the period to end the sentence here, you put the period at the end of the in-text citation. So just go through and fix all of those instances in your report. And so I see Kelly, so I should see Kelly on an in-text citation for Kelly, so I should see a full citation for Kelly on your works cited page. We'll check that again in just a moment. One thing I would say, if you have really thick paragraphs like this, you can consider breaking them down in some more than one paragraph. Like maybe this could become 2 paragraphs. Find the natural break in the paragraph, and then you can space that out a little bit. Okay. And let's see here, and I'm just scanning through it. Now you have used a lot of space here with these bullet points, but there are not too many of them, and so definitely do not add any more, but that's giving you some added room. And again, when you break up these paragraphs, it should give you that extra space to get you to those 2 pages as well. Okay. Here I don't see a source information for this graphic. And so you want to make sure, to avoid plagiarism problems, that you put the word source, the colon, and then the in-text citation, just like you did with your visuals graphic. Okay, just like you did here, you want to make sure that you have source information for this visual. Okay, or else that is a plagiarism issue. Okay, your conclusion, I didn't ask for that, but you've given that to me, so that's good. Your page setup is good. Again, just fix those headings, those major headings, to make sure they're consistent. And your references. So good. I see Burge, Joan Burge. I see Kelly, and I see Office Clerks General. So it looks like your in-text citations are correct because they align with your full citations. That makes me very happy. That tells me that you're not likely in any plagiarism trouble. So I am very happy about that. Okay. And so that's my feedback on your report. You're off to a great running start. You have a few more things to fill in, some things just to make some corrections on, but you are on a right path and you're off to a great start. So just keep working at it. Like I said in my previous video on our homepage this week, one more strong push and we'll get this report out of the way, and we'll be on to our last set of assignments, which is the online portfolio and oral presentation. Okay, if you have questions, please let me know. Take care.